Next on Worcester News tonight, vandalism on the Worcester Common. A local artist is upset to see her piece of work destroyed. Plus, an unexpected guest in Berlin. One homeowner says a bear got into his house looking for a snack. Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Olivia Lemon. Worcester police are investigating vandalized artwork on the city's common. A Charlton artist spent months working on the stained glass sculpture. Police say it may have been targeted more than once this past weekend. Our Brittany Schaefer joins us now with the details. Brittany?
Olivia, according to police, the stained glass house was vandalized both Friday and Saturday night. The artist says the piece took hundreds of hours to complete and it's disappointing. It likely took seconds to destroy what it took Sarah Breck Williams more than 300 hours to create. The artist's stained glass house was vandalized over the weekend.
I kind of made it as a gift, so I wanted people to take ownership of it and feel proud of it. So yeah, that's kind of a bummer.
The piece on the Worcester Common Oval is the largest work Breck Williams has ever completed. She says the design process to get hundreds of pieces of glass into the house took 8 months, and building it was a labor of love.
I made it from August 15th to September 15th. Every day nonstop, no days off. So to see people experiencing it and kids going inside and looking for all the different pieces that are involved in it was really rewarding. That part was really great to see.
Worcester police detectives were investigating Monday. They say the structure may have been vandalized on both Friday and Saturday night. The house is a part of Powwow Worcester. Co-director Jessica Walsh says it's a big loss to the art festival.
It's upsetting, you know, you're taking that risk when you make a piece of public art. You're never completely ready for it. You're not like, oh, it doesn't matter that that happened. Of course, it's painful because the artists, you watch the artists, like I said, go through that emotional spectrum and put their heart into it. And you know that that's like a piece of them getting damaged.
The structure was on the common for 5 weeks. Breck Williams says she's working to repair the broken pieces and focusing on the positive.
You can take pictures of it, you know, from the head up anywhere. You can still come see it. When you go inside, it's still really neat to be in there.
Now, the artwork was going to be taken down in a few weeks to avoid winter weather. Breck Williams says she hopes to finish repairing the piece for next year. Brittany Schaefer, Worcester News Tonight.
We're learning more about the man accused of stabbing a state trooper after a police chase. Both the suspect and the trooper are being treated at UMass Memorial Medical Center in Worcester. Nia Ham reports.
A Massachusetts state trooper is still recovering in UMass Memorial Medical Center days after being viciously attacked.
My oldest daughter quickly prayed that everybody would be safe because we knew he was out to hurt somebody.
The good news, the Northwest County District Attorney's Office says the trooper is in stable condition and in good spirits. The trooper's alleged attacker, 18-year-old Nahia Lee of Manchester, also being treated for injuries he received when he was shot during the attack.
Another trooper came and he fired the shots at the suspect.
The wild ride started in Walpole, New Hampshire last Friday, where police say the suspect crashed a car he was driving during a police chase before stealing this silver Toyota Camry that was involved in that crash as well. The suspect drove the car through Vermont into Massachusetts before being spotted by state and local police, which sparked another police chase. That one ended in a crash in Salem along Fay Road near Hannah Hunting's front lawn, where police say the suspect then got out of the car and began attacking the trooper.
The suspect ran to the police car and he opened the door, and I was watching from the van and I thought they were just punching, but then I realized after that he was actually stabbing the police officer.
Jamie Bartlett ended up caught in the middle of the chase and says the suspect nearly ran her off the road.
I saw a silver car come flying up on the back of me, and it was damaged, and it was going so fast, and there was oncoming traffic. I had to run off the road so that he wouldn't hit me.
Nia Ham, Worcester News Tonight.
The Paw Sox are coming to Worcester in 2021. Baseball fans are also coming, and they will need a place to park. City Manager Edward Augustus will ask the City Council Tuesday for authorization to spend more than $32 million to build a new parking garage and improve the area's infrastructure. The funding is coming from the state's Mass Work Infrastructure Program. It will help build a 350 to 500 space garage, along with new streets, streetscape, and amenities in the Canal District. Hundreds heading to the polls in Worcester Monday. Early voting starts today in Massachusetts and runs through November 2nd. As of this afternoon, more than 600 people voted in Worcester. Each city and town has its own times and locations for early voting. This is the second state election where early voting is available. Ballots cast early are put in envelopes to be counted on Election Day, which is Tuesday, November 6th. A listing of the early voting locations in Worcester can be found at worcesterma.gov. On Election Day, voters in Massachusetts will weigh in on transgender rights. Question 3 would uphold or reject a bill passed by the state legislature in July 2016 prohibiting discrimination based on gender identity in public businesses or other places open to the general public. Caroline Connolly takes a look at both sides of the issues.
This was Father's Day.
The family pictures at the Ford home today look different than they did a few years ago.
Ellie's our 7.5-year-old daughter.
When Vanessa Ford's daughter, born as her youngest son, came out as transgender.
It took my husband and I months to really listen to her. She was really insistent on it, consistent, persistent.
Since then, that's how they've lived, even moving to Massachusetts after lawmakers expanded protections to transgender people in public places, including things like locker rooms and restrooms. But while that passed in 2016, it could now be overturned.
I don't like to think about that possibility.
This bathroom bill puts our privacy and safety at risk.
Opponents have been pushing for it for the last 2 years, arguing the protections could lead to problems.
Our problem with this is a safety and privacy issue for women and children in the Commonwealth of Massachusetts.
But advocates say there's little evidence to support that. And with the possibility of restrictions at the federal level, states' decisions are crucial here.
We know that the eyes of the country are on us with this vote.
It's a vote families like the Fords say could change what their lives look like moving forward.
If this law is not upheld, there's nowhere to look to for our family or our 7-year-old. And that is, no family wants to have to go through that.
I'm Caroline Conley for Worcester News Tonight.
A new neighbor is making themselves comfortable in Berlin. Several people have seen a black bear around town, and one resident even says the bear was inside his home. Our Chandler Walsh joins us now with the story. Chandler?
Olivia, Mass Wildlife says bear sightings are on the rise in the 495 area of Worcester County. This black bear spent the weekend visiting homes on Peach Hill Road in Berlin, trying to pack on the pounds before the snow comes.
An unexpected visitor in Berlin.
Absolutely gorgeous looking animal. 250, 300 pounds.
The Pendergasts were enjoying their Saturday morning coffee when they realized a bear had gotten inside their mudroom, knocking over a barrel of birdseed. It also tore down outdoor bird feeders before coming back for more.
We looked out the back window and there he was, or she was actually, I think it's a female bear, out at the picnic table having lunch.
The Berlin Police Department says there have been too many bear sightings to count. Chief Tom Galvin warns residents to put away bird feeders and food sources so bears stay wild and find their own food in the woods.
When we have bird feeders, dog food, cat food, and things that are outside that are easily accessible to the animals, it takes away from their natural ability to seek out food.
Black bears are also being spotted in nearby areas like Boylston.
Oh my God, that's scary.
Trying to gain weight and prepare for winter. In Berlin, police are concerned this bear entered a home and came back.
Problems will be is if the bear is not scared of people anymore and it continues to come back, it goes to other homes, and then we might have to take other action, which that would be up to the environmental police.
George Pendergast says this is the first time he's seen a bear in his backyard. He isn't worried, but he says it's not a good sign it was so comfortable around humans.
It's our fault that the bear is here, not the bear's fault. You know, it's us that feeds the bear that creates this crisis.
Mass Wildlife urges homeowners to put away any source of food until the ground is covered in snow. They also say black bears are now learning to get into chicken coops and beehives, so those should be covered with electric fence. Chandler Walsh, Worcester News Tonight. On the 5th anniversary of the murder of Danvers teacher Colleen Ritzer, her family is asking people to perform good deeds today in the Kindness for Colleen campaign. Those who take part are urged to use the hashtag Kindness for Colleen on social media to encourage others. The campaign is held every year on October 22nd to honor Ritzer. She died in 2013 after being attacked by a student in a bathroom at Danvers High School. Ritzer graduated from Assumption College in 2011.
A $2.5 million state grant will help traffic improvements in Oxford, allowing a leading tech company to expand. IPG Photonics makes fiber lasers and is expanding their business by 630,000 square feet. The company is investing almost $70 million into the project, which promises to create hundreds of full-time jobs. Improvements will include traffic signals and the reconstruction of intersections on Route 12 to 3 lanes. IPG received a $1.5 million tax increment financing plan last month.